What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid, and welcome back to the impossible challenge for Final Fantasy X. Honestly, guys, I have no idea what part number we are on right now. It's been a while since I actually recorded one of these. Obviously, September was Borderlands 4 and Final Fantasy Tactics, and then, unfortunately, as most of you are aware, shortly after that, at the start of October, my granddad did actually pass away. So I've had, a little bit of time off, to deal with that and deal with the requirements of it and all that sort of stuff. I'm back to work now, so we're also back to doing the YouTubes. So yeah, let's start things off, shall we, by actually continuing on this series. So from what I remember, obviously it has been about 2 months since we last did one of these, and a whole lot has happened since then. I'm pretty sure we are farming for dark matters. I know we definitely still need a few more. We were using Kimari to do it. Who was I fighting though? Fenrir. Yeah, it was Fenrir, wasn't it? That is the way we were doing it. But yeah, so this is actually going to be a little bit different, right? And when I say a little bit different, what I mean, oh, that's a rip on Kimari. What I mean is I've been thinking about this about last couple of days, right? So obviously this is now essentially like the big farm, right? Like the last big farm and whatnot. So one of the things I was thinking of is, instead of just doing like hour-long videos, right? Instead of doing hour-long videos for this, maybe what I should do is just do it as streams. Oh, I need to revive Riku to inflict doom, don't I? Ugh. But yeah, what I was thinking is, while we do the grind and that, maybe just do it as streams instead. Simply due to the fact that then we can go for like 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. You know what I mean? So that would massively allow us to get a lot further a lot quicker. Obviously, from a financial standpoint, that is a horrible decision for me, but at the same time, I don't want this challenge to go on for like 6 years. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. Obviously, this one is a bit of a, an update video. Obviously, let you guys know about what's going on, where I've been, and all that sort of stuff. So obviously, we didn't do the video in this one. Or I should say, we didn't do the stream in this one. But I do think moving forward, at least while we're grinding, I do think we're going to do that as streams going on. That is probably going to be the best route, I think. Just because then, obviously, it lets me get through it a lot quicker, which realistically, I think we are at the point now where that needs to be the route, you know what I mean? That we need to start really making some good progress now. So I think that's going to be the plan. We're gonna start streaming the grind, and then when we get back to actually, going inside Sin, doing Seymour, doing Broska and all that, we'll do that as the regular videos again. Obviously, though, you guys are more than welcome to let me know down in the comments whether you want videos, whether you want streams. One thing I will say, though, is you guys don't have to actually watch the streams live. Okay, if you are interested in, staying fully up to date on this series, whenever a stream is done on YouTube, okay, that stream is then automatically saved to YouTube. So you guys can then just go and watch whenever you want. All you have to do is go to the channel page and then click streams at the very top, and that'll basically show you all my past streams. So you guys will fully still be able to watch, the entire 2 to 5 hour streams of these grinds if you really want to. That is entirely up to you, though. But honestly, if everybody turns around and says, no, don't stream, just do videos, then I will stick to just doing videos. It entirely depends on what the majority want. If the vote is close, though, then I will probably go for the streaming route just to make it a little bit easier and a little bit faster. But yeah, that's sort of the plan for this series. On the other hand, there are actually some challenges. So obviously, while doing September and that, there wasn't really a whole lot of challenge work being done then, and You know, obviously the last couple of weeks, there hasn't really been any challenges done. One thing I can say is there was a challenge completed a good while ago that did have a sponsor. They ended up wanting that video delayed though. So that video will be coming soon. I can't tell you guys the exact date. All I can say is it will be soon, okay? And I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy that that challenge because it was incredibly tedious. Like, remarkably tedious. Other than that, obviously, now with me being back at work as well, challenge work is being done again. Because, let's be honest, I'm not going to sit there twiddling my thumbs for 12 hours every night. So, yeah, the challenge work has started again. We have the one that's already finished, as I said to you. And then we have another one, which is probably pretty close to being done, actually. Like, let's see. Today is Wednesday? Is it? Is today Wednesday? I have no idea. Yeah, today's Wednesday the 22nd. So I'm back in work tomorrow, Thursday, and then I'm in work for 6 days. I know it's horrible. Casual 72 hours working, man. And then I get a couple of days off, and then I'm back in again. I know, it's horrible. So during these next 6 days, I'm going to finish the challenge that I'm working on right now, which shouldn't take all that long, really. And then I actually have 2 shorter challenges planned, so I should hopefully be able to get them done. Because I'm thinking for those 2, then about 20 to, you know, maybe 30 hours should be enough for these 2, like, quicker challenges. So that'll be 3 challenges for me to edit, plus the one that's already done. So yeah, you guys are gonna have some challenges soon as well. It's great, right? You guys get to enjoy my suffering. And then on the stream side, tonight, or technically when this video goes live, yesterday, we'll be starting a new Final Fantasy VIII randomizer, which is going to be incredibly brutal because knowing my luck, I'm gonna get like Ultima Weapon and Dollet. You know, it's gonna be horrible for me. I can see it coming. Oh man, it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. Obviously, we're still doing Expedition 33 as well. We're just gonna alternate the streams between the 2, pretty much. We are gonna have a couple of the randomizer streams though, just leading up to the end of the month, which, you know, is only next week. And that I think we have like 2 or 3 randomizer streams planned. But honestly, you'd be way better off joining the Discord server to stay up to date on, you know, that sort of stuff, because all the schedules are posted in there, you get notifications and all that sort of stuff. And honestly, Discord notifications, way better than YouTube. Plus, you know, it's fun to have a conversation in there. Like, we have a really nice community, and we just need more people to chime in. We have a lot of lurkers, unfortunately, because they're scared to jump in. Guys, if you're lurking in the Discord server, don't worry, just jump in, say hi, tell me where to go, you know, the usual, basically, the usual. But yeah, definitely don't be scared to jump in or anything like that. We are very welcoming of new people. Very, very welcoming of new people. Anywho, so obviously we are farming for dark matters. That is the main thing that we are after here. We just need a bunch of dark matters. Once we get enough to do Seymour and Broska, then we'll basically just be getting a couple of pieces of gear and we'll be moving on. So yeah, lots of grinding left to go, unfortunately. But at the same time, it's an easy grind. Obviously, as we saw in the last video, maybe even the last 2 videos, I literally can't remember what I did in the last 2 videos. It was that long ago. We've sort of changed the style now to basically just farm everything from Fenrir. Obviously, if we need a couple of weapons at the end, then we can go and get them. But Fenrir drops basically everything we need, and obviously the rare drop is going to be the dark matters, which is what we want. The alternative solution is to go and capture 5 of everything in the game to get them as a reward from the monster arena. But that's gonna take a hell of a long time. So we're probably not gonna go that route. Well, I mean, we're not gonna go that route. We've already established that. This is going to be the route that we actually ooh, hiccups. This is gonna be the route that we actually go for. And you know what? I don't want to like ruin my controller, so we're just going to turn auto battle on. This is basically just going to use the normal attack command, and all we need right now is for turns to get wasted. So instead of mashing my triangle button 6 million times, I'm just going to do that. Obviously, we'll have to turn it off at the start of the next fight, though. But yeah, so now you guys know everything that has been going on, that has happened in the last bit of time. So it's time to jump into more content. You know, that is definitely the plan. I also had a kind of an impulse buy. You know, like it's kind of an impulse buy, but it's also kind of something that I've been looking at for a good while now. But I've actually gone out and bought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which, if you don't know, it's basically an incredibly useful tool for vlogging, right? So vlogging, IRL stuff, you know, all that sort of shenanigans. I went out and got one of them because one of the things that I really want to start doing, okay, is more vlogging stuff. I really want to start doing more vlogging, because I don't know, I like being on camera when we stream and that, and I wouldn't necessarily mind doing vlogs. Like, I actually kind of really want to, because then it opens up a whole new content avenue, you know what I mean? So this was kind of like a no-brainer. And then obviously in December, for those who don't know, every year from now on, we started this last year, we have a couple of viewers, like we arranged for a couple of viewers to come and join me for my birthday, which is like a 3-day little celebration we do. We do a bunch of like cool stuff and all that. And obviously it's kind of only open to, you know, like long-standing active members of the community. So hey, if you want to get an invite next year, join the Discord server and be active. That is the only way you would get an invite to it. But we have, I think, like 8 or 9 people coming this year, whereas last year we only had like 4. So we are slowly adding more and more people. And obviously, if too many people want to come, we could do it as like a little ticket style, and then just hire a big venue. You know what I mean? But what we're going to do is I'm going to use the DJI to vlog that. There might even be a little stream during it, you know, an IRL stream, which I do think would be really cool. Because let's be honest, these guys that are coming on that, they are, well, they're members of my community, so they bully the hell out of me. That's the easiest way to put it. So yeah, there's gonna be lots of laughs, lots of trolling, lots of fun. We're just gonna have a good time, you know, and I think we're gonna have some really cool content out of it. That is for sure. So definitely look forward to that one. You know, definitely look forward to that one. And then other than that as well, I kind of want to start doing like more vlog stuff in general. You know, kind of like a live. Well, I say a live. A week in the life, or just daily stuff, you know, stuff like that. Obviously, I can't do daily stuff forever because, you know, one, I work 4 days, 4 on, 4 off. So we can't always do that. But that is something that I would absolutely love to start doing. And then as well, obviously, if, well, I say if, like a lot of people are just like, well, comments, I should say. A lot of comments are like, hey, when's this happening? Hey, when's that happening? Hey, when are you doing this? When are you doing that? It's like, come on, dude, this only takes this much time. And I think the vlog series would probably help to answer those questions, right? Because there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that I don't think a lot of people really know, and will probably actually find really interesting. And then it also opens things up, right? Like you guys know I do really crazy stuff on videos for games, right? Here's the thing, I just do crazy stuff in life as well. Like I'm probably a little crazy in real life, yeah. That is definitely true for sure. So obviously then this will also help you guys to, one, get to know me behind the games, you know what I mean? Because right now, let's be honest, well, I mean, a lot of people, whenever I do like an ad read or I do a stream, there's still a lot of people who are just like, dude, I had no idea that's how you look like. You do not look like you sound. I'm just like, I mean, I'm not shy about being on camera. I'm on camera quite a bit. So yeah, I think that'll be nice as well. Give it a little bit of perspective, you know? See the guy behind the madness, as it were. Even though you'll probably just watch even more madness. It's like, who knows, right? Maybe I'll do the ultimate crazy thing and actually go out and touch grass. I don't know though, that does sound kind of dangerous, so maybe I won't do that. But then maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Like, there's nothing set in stone. Likewise, there's also nothing set in stone for, you know, if all the vlog stuff is even going to be posted to this channel. I might actually make a separate channel just for the vlog stuff, because then it helps to keep the content separate. You know, if people want to watch the vlog stuff, then they can go over to the other channel and subscribe to that. And if they don't want to watch the vlog stuff, then they don't have to. You know, I do think that is the way we're going to do it. And obviously, right now, work stuff is kind of settling. I've got a little bit of overtime at the minute. And then obviously we do have Christmas coming up, but I want to make an actual promise to you guys, okay? I want to make a promise to you guys. I want to do the FF5 and FF6 walkthroughs. I want to do them. They're probably not going to be done this year. Probably not going to be started this year, but they will be done next year. I 100% promise on that one, okay? Which means your best bet of actually seeing them is going to be to subscribe to the Primal VOD channel. Like, I will probably do like a little update on this channel when they're actually done in that, but obviously the videos themselves will probably be going on the Primal VOD channel. Because one of the things that I kind of want to do once, you know, once this challenge is done, is I basically want to separate the content into 3 channels, if that makes sense. One, because then people aren't getting spammed by stuff they don't want to see. 2, it then basically, it helps me to categorize things, which is really nice. It keeps things simple. And 3, it would actually help the channels out in general, because then obviously with this channel being mainly challenges and guides and stuff like that, the average viewership will skyrocket, which will also help in getting more sponsors, which, you know, is obviously a good financial goal. That's realistically the only way you can really survive on YouTube, unless you have like 10 million subs. YouTube does not pay the best, so the actual sponsorship route would be incredibly helpful. That is for damn sure. So that is the route I want to take. That, and then obviously the Primal VOD channel. By the way, these channels are linked in Linktree if you guys do want to go and subscribe to like Primal VODs, for example. It is in Linktree along with all my other links. So, you know, by all means, go and take a look-see at that. But yeah, so Primal VODs is going to be like let's plays, walkthrough playthroughs, you know, stuff like that. Actual detailed guides are going to be on this channel. So like the stuff I've recently done for tactics, that's a rep. It's like stuff I've just recently done for tactics, which is like the tips and tricks and stat grinding and all that stuff. Those videos will still remain on this channel, just because obviously guides like that do typically do all right, so they will stay. As for the longer series, you know, like imagine like the FF1 to 4 series, right? Those sorts of series, they will be going over to the Primal VOD channel. So that's the way we're going to distinction them. And then obviously I'm also going to start putting the streams on that channel as well. I kid you not, guys, I have like 4 terabytes of past streams that I need to upload to that channel. Amongst that as well, the Primal VOD channel is actually going to be the new home of the 24/7 Final Fantasy stream. So I need to update the playlists a little and tweak the FF3 playlist. I might have to remove FF3 as a whole. Once that's done though, we will be moving on and resuming the 24/7 stream. And then I might even in the future add on like 24/7 Atelier, 24/7 Disgaea and stuff like that. Because obviously these are actually pretty simple to do now. Now that I have like a dedicated rig set up for it. All I would need to do is like make some virtual machines on there. And then, yeah, we could have multiple 24/7 streams going. So that's a plan for the future. That's a long way off. That's like years away yet. Because obviously, one, I'd have to go out and actually record all that content. Which, yeah, it would take some time. It would definitely take some time for sure. And obviously, the quicker the Primal VOD channel goes, the quicker the content gets done for it, essentially. Because like everything, I have to prioritize my workflow. You know what I mean? So, obviously, right now, this series, for example, the Impossible Challenge, that one is a much lower priority than, say, challenges, if that makes sense. Because, obviously, challenges, they help to grow the channel a lot more, and they bring in more revenue in general. Obviously, in terms of revenue per hour, most of the time, the challenges are never really worth it. But the extra growth that the challenges bring does put them at a much higher priority than, say, a challenge like this. Because these sorts of challenges, aside from the first couple of videos, right, they then start bringing in, like, no growth. If anything, I actually start losing subscribers the longer a series is. Which is fine, because obviously some people subscribe for the challenges, some for the guides, some for the Overpowered series. They don't care about these sorts of challenges. So the longer one goes, they are more likely to unsubscribe. That is perfectly normal. And that is also going to be one of the reasons for the content separation, if that makes sense. Like, I'm hoping I'm explaining this properly. I'm hoping. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just being really dumb. I don't know. But yeah, that is kind of where we're at right now with it anyway. There's obviously a whole lot of planning to do for it. You know, it's not gonna be a quick process, because you've got to think this is like an entire restructure, right? This is a massive restructure. So there is going to be some iffy moments, some planning kinks and stuff like that. But that's kind of the goal for the future, you know. It's like we have an end destination in mind. We just don't have an actual path for it yet. But hey, that's how books are wrote, right? You know, you always start with the ending and the beginning, and then you fill in the middle as you go. That's kind of how we're gonna be doing this. So yeah, there's gonna be some memes, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully, I'm kind of curious though. I want to know your guys' opinions, right? Mainly on like the free channel aspect, yeah. So, would you follow the Primal VOD channel, and would you follow the vlogging channel when I actually make that? Obviously, that's not made yet, so that'll be in the future. But yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, would you be interested in just like daily life stuff, weekly stuff, and all that sort of stuff? You know, just like random things that I wouldn't really post on this channel, if that makes sense. Obviously, it would be longer content. You know, probably 10-20 minute videos, something like that, depending on what we do. You know, because there would be a few activities planned for the first few in that, and then we'll sort of see how they go, and then that'll change the content from the future on there. But yeah, let me know down below. I'm really curious. One thing I always love is getting feedback from you guys. Dude, we're not getting any dark matters here. Yeah, I would definitely love the actual feedback from you guys, because it really helps me a lot. You know, it really does help a lot. So if you guys could, that would be amazing. I would love you very much. Oh, okay, please. Okay, that's fine. Oren died. It's Hutter Battle again. Yeah, this is why I was thinking about just doing this as streams, basically. Simply due to the fact that this is kind of all we're going to do for a bit. And let's be honest, nothing really exciting to watch, is it? But hey, at least on the bright side, you do have my beautiful, sexy voice to listen to. Which is most of what you guys do anyway, isn't it? I know I have that amazing style voice. Oddly enough, one of the things that people used to say years ago is they put me on in the background to go sleep to. Now, when people first started saying that, the only thing I could think of, right, is, my God, am I that boring? I put people to sleep? But then, obviously, you know, more people actually elaborated, like, no, I just have a nice, soft voice. Which I don't get how. Like, I really don't get how. Because you know when you listen to yourself, Like a lot of people hate the way they sound, right? Like that is perfectly normal. In fact, I used to as well. Like believe it or not, when I first started doing YouTube, for like the first 3, 4, even 5 years of doing it, I couldn't stand the sound of my own voice. I hated editing any kind of video that had my voice in it, because obviously I would have to listen to it. And yeah, I did not like that one bit. Whereas as time went on, I've kind of gotten used to it. But I don't know, I don't think I sound soft and soothing, you know? At least I don't think I do. But then I'm not really into the whole ASMR thing or anything like that. So maybe I do have a nice relaxing voice. I don't know. It's one of those things I've never really bothered to think about. Well, not recently anyway, because it's been a long time since I saw those comments. These are from like a couple of years ago now. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting, you know? I definitely thought it was a little weird at first. But then I'm like, yeah, I mean, you know, ASMR, if people want to listen, because obviously some people need the TV on when they go sleep, so I suppose it's just the same thing, right? But yeah, I never really quite understood why people would use me for that. But I guess I just have a nice voice, don't I? It's always nice bigging up my own ego. Even though it's not really doing anything for my ego, because, again, I don't think my voice is that soft or soothe. Oh, man. Tell you what, though. One of the things I've been thinking about recently is maybe I should get the new Digimon game. You know, it's been out for a little bit now, for sure. But I don't know. Maybe I should get it. Because I have been thinking, right? I have definitely been thinking about it. But I don't know, like I really want to, because it looks and sounds fun. Right? So I kinda want to, but then at the same time, I don't know what sort of time investment it would be. You know what I mean? Which it sounds really bad to, you know, say it like that. You know, it does sound really, really bad to say it like that. Like, oh, I have to especially make time to play games and all that. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Because obviously, the 4 on, 4 off. So with no overtime, I work 48 hours a week. Once you factor in the sleep for those shifts, because they're 12-hour shifts. So it's like, by the time I wake up, get ready, I have to go work. By the time I get back unready. You know, I get ready for bed, essentially. And then I have like 20 minutes before I go sleep. And that's when I have to get up and do it all over again. So during those, like during my shift days, there's just no time to do anything at home, right? And then during my days off, the first day off is a write-off anyway, because I'll be sleeping, you know, because obviously I finish work at 6 a.m, so I'll be sleeping till about 2. And then most of that day is usually catching up on stuff that I need to do, like food shopping and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot in that aspect that needs to be done. And then obviously there's other stuff throughout the week that needs to be done, like other tasks that were maybe done on appointment styles and all that sort of thing. So it's like, ugh. Like it's not the easiest to game when you're on shift work. That is for sure. Like I've done semi-style shifts before, where it was like between the hours of say 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. You know, like I've done shift work like that before now. But this is like the first overnight style shift work that I've done, and it definitely makes it more challenging for planning stuff. You know, like don't get me wrong, I like the 4 days off, and 4 days off sounds like a lot, but it's really, really not, unfortunately. And I think the main reason for that is, so I lose like the first day, right? Like I lose half of the first day because of sleeping after I finish work. But then on the last day, I have to then get up late on the last day so I can stay up all night to prepare to go sleep at like 6 a.m. the following day, if that makes sense. So really, even though I'm scheduled for 4 days off, I only actually have like 2 full days off, and then I have like 2 half days, you know what I mean? But the half days I don't get up till the afternoon, if that makes sense. So it's like I lose the best part of the day for actually getting things done. Because one thing I've noticed, right? I am definitely more productive during the day. And I'm sure this goes for a lot of people, but I know it's a really weird thing to say, like, oh, you're more productive during the day. Welcome to the world, everybody is. But no, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm a night owl, right? I'm definitely a night owl. That's why a night job suits me better. So with that, I find it a lot easier to be awake during the night than I do during the day. Right? I've always struggled to be awake during the day, and no matter what I do, I can't maintain a routine of getting up early. It's not that I'm lazy. It's not that I'm lazy at all. It's just it gets to a point where even I can go a week getting up at 6 a.m. Right? I can get up at 6 a.m. for a week, and then after that, it'll just be night after night after night of not being able to fall asleep. And my body clock will slowly readjust to me being asleep in the day and awake at night. So, ooh, hiccups. So with that, it always ends up being that I end up on like an unproductive schedule, if that makes sense, which is not nice. It's really, really not nice, especially because like I stream at night. So on the nights that I stream, that is usually either 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. So that's the better part of the night gone there. And then, obviously after that, NaNoPrimal goes bed. And NaNoPrimal's bedroom is right next to the office. So, I have to be pretty quiet. Because these houses are terrible. The walls are incredibly thin. So I can't do what I'm doing right now, for example. I mean, I could if I adjusted the volume in post. You know, raise the volume up. But then it kind of makes the audio quality a little bad in my opinion. Like by all standards it would still be an acceptable level, but I don't know, like I have this quality thing, right? You know, like I don't want to put anything out that is subpar video quality, and I don't want to put anything out that is subpar audio quality, because audio is a big part of a video. 100%, it is a huge part of a video. So I don't want any like poor audio sound levels or stuff like that in it. I don't know, maybe it's a weird mindset. But yeah, so because of that, like, even during my awake hours, it really limits what I could do. So a lot of the time, at night and that, I typically just start working on editing, you know? Because, let's be honest, I've said this hundreds and hundreds of times over the years. I am a goddamn awful editor. Like, I am atrocious at editing. I have spent a large amount of time trying to learn how to do it, but it's one of those things that has just never, ever clicked for me. You know what I mean? Which I think is fair. A lot of people have things that they're good at, and a lot of things that they're bad at. For me, editing is one of the things that I'm just really, really bad at, unfortunately. So when it comes to editing the challenges and that, it's like someone who knows what they're doing, they could probably edit these challenges in like a day, right? Like they could easily edit a challenge in a day, and that would be infinitely better than any version I could ever do in my life. But obviously with me, because I'm so terrible at it, it actually takes me like 2 days for a challenge, 2-3 days for a challenge. Oh, that's a rep. Yeah, it takes me like 2-3 days for a challenge. Just because I'm so bad at editing. And even then, it's like a really bad edit as well, isn't it? So yeah, we do have some fun games with that. But that is probably one of the biggest drawbacks. Obviously, the challenges themselves take a lot of time to do and all that. But on my challenge list, so if you don't know, I keep a Google Doc, right? Well, technically a Google Sheet, like an Excel sheet. Where I just list out all the challenges I'm going to do. Sometimes I put them in order and then I completely fail to follow said order, so I don't really bother doing that anymore. I just look at the list and I'm like, I'm going to do this one. Some of them are definitely very long ones, but some of them are very quick, to be fair. Well, I say very quick. Very quick is very quick comparatively. Like, some of them are probably around like the 20 to 40 hour mark, right? So I could easily get, you know, 1, 2, sometimes even 3 done in a week. If I just dedicated all my time to them, I could get like 2 to 3 done a week, right? Like the quick ones, I should say. But then obviously editing them massively changes that, unfortunately. So it's like I was saying earlier, I'm going to do a couple of quick ones and then I'm going to edit them and all that, just so we have a bit of a challenge flow, essentially. Because it's been a while since we've really done many challenges, and I do want to get some more out, you know, especially at this time of year, you know, close to Christmas and all that. It's definitely the best time for challenges. So I do want to get a couple of them done. But in terms of the list, it can be broken into like 3 groups, right? So the first group is like 20 to 40 hours. Yeah, that's per challenge. Some groups can be broken into like 40 to 100 hours. And then obviously the last group is going to be like 100 hours plus. Those are the big challenges, yeah? So with that, obviously there are exceptions, right? There are definitely exceptions. There have been a couple of challenges before now which I've predicted to be, you know, maybe like 50 or 60 hours to do. But then we've run into problems in those challenges, and that 40 to 60 hours very quickly balloons to 100 plus, 120 plus, 150 plus even. So there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into them. But I do think rather than just the big challenges, because it's like the FF8 return damage only challenge, that one took close to 2 years, right? And in terms of viewership, channel growth, revenue, all that sort of stuff, it was not even remotely close to being worth it. Like the only way that would have been slightly close to being worth it is if the view counter had a 0 on the end. That is just how much that particular video underperformed for the time aspect. And growth-wise, it didn't actually even do that much either. It's like that one was a huge one. So I want to start mixing in some smaller ones just so I can compare. Because if you don't know me, I'm like a big data nerd, right? Like I love data, I love numbers. So I want to do like some quicker challenges and then compare everything for that, you know, like the growth side and all that. And also enjoyment as well. Like a lot of people enjoyed the FF8 return damage one, which is obviously, you know, a big factor. But at the same time, I don't think I'll be doing another challenge that takes 2 years. You know, I don't think that is I don't think that's really gonna be on the cards for a while now. But who knows? Maybe. Because obviously there's a lot of challenges. Like on this particular magical sheet, I have, I want to say close to like 150, maybe even 200 challenge ideas. They're all not FF either, by the way, because that is one big thing. I need to start breaking away from FF. I know a lot of people here are fans of FF, pretty much everybody. But here's the thing, guys. If I only did FF challenges, right? FF challenges or FF videos, this channel would actually die in like 2 to 3 years. Like that is probably even being generous. So it's like for the future stability of the channel and the longevity of it, because obviously I want to keep making videos forever. You know what I mean? I love making the challenges, especially. I want to keep doing this. Hey, we got at least 1 dark matter. Nice. But I want to keep doing this forever, basically, because I love it so much. So one of the things that I'm going to start doing in the future is rolling out different games. That we're still gonna stick to the RPG and the JRPG route at first. It's just in the future there are going to be more and more games getting added in. Now that will also mean that this channel stays alive longer because I'll be mixing in stuff with FF, you know, so we could go for maybe 4 or 5 years. And then obviously it helps to broaden the audience a little bit, which I think will be really good. It's like I do have an Atelier challenge, for example, planned. That is, I'm trying to think when that one's going to be posted. Yeah, I'm trying to think when that one's going to be posted. It's going to be November sometime. I'm not telling you which Atelier though, or what the challenge is. What I will say is it's probably the hardest challenge you can do on that particular game. Or, I mean, to be fair, given all the Atelier games, it's probably one of the hardest challenges you can do for the whole series. Because it is pretty a difficult one, you know? It is definitely a difficult one. So you guys will definitely enjoy that one. At least I hope, you know, I do hope. I know we do have some Atelier fans on the channel. And if you've never played an Atelier game, for example, I would still say watch the challenge. You don't have to know a game or understand a game to enjoy a challenge for that game. You know what I mean? Because obviously everything gets explained in the video anyway. So you would be told, you know, the ins and the outs and all that sort of stuff, and you would be able to see how difficult things are under the challenge conditions. So I do think it could be pretty fun, you know. I would definitely say, even if you have not played a game or you don't know anything about a game, still give the challenges a watch. You can still definitely enjoy them. Like I did an hour overpowered can you get for Atelier Ryza 2 a couple of years back when that was actually released. And believe it or not, I actually had a bunch of comments on that video basically saying like, oh, they're going to pick the game up and give it a try because it looks really fun. So because they watched like a challenge video and that made them want to buy the game and try it. So you could definitely find some hidden gems. That is for sure. It's like me and Disgaea. I absolutely adore Disgaea games. I had never played them until Disgaea 3. Right? And even that, I played super late into its life cycle. The only reason I played that is because I saw someone playing it on YouTube, and I was like, huh, actually it doesn't look that terrible. I got it, give it a try, and just completely fell in love with the series. So it's kind of amazing what you can actually find from, you know, just giving a video a try, you know? So yeah, definitely look forward to that. Yeah, I don't think though we're gonna do one challenge a week, just because obviously I have no editor, so it's gonna be me doing all the editing. I think the first challenge will come in November. What I'm probably going to try and do is probably 2 challenges a month, so one every 2 weeks. Obviously Ko-Fi gets them as soon as they're made, right? Ko-Fi gets them as soon as they're made. So Ko-Fi might have a week's early access to one, you might have 3 weeks early access to one. It's really hard to say. YouTube memberships would obviously also get early access for them, but there is also a problem I found. Videos that are getting marked as early access on YouTube for some reason are doing really bad, like in terms of performance. So I think it's obviously when it's uploaded as members first and that, YouTube obviously promotes it to try and get more people to sign up for memberships, but then once it goes to public release, it doesn't re-promote it, which is obviously... I just completely dropped my controller. Hang on. But yeah, obviously when it doesn't get promoted on the public release, then it could just be a case of people don't know. You know, people don't know that it's publicly available now. So I might have to tweak that. I don't know how I'm going to tweak it though. I really don't know. The only easy suggestion I have, like the guaranteed suggestion I have, is if you are on a YouTube member, consider taking a look at Ko-Fi instead. 1, it works out cheaper for you, and 2, you get more benefits, and 3, more of your money actually goes to me. So if you don't know, YouTube memberships, they actually take a huge chunk out of that. I think it's like 40% they take out of memberships, which is pretty substantial. Like it's actually pretty hefty, the amount they take. But yeah, so obviously cheaper for you is always better in the long run, and more benefits for you is way better in the long run. So definitely take a look at that if you want to. But I'm going to look more into the whole membership thing, and then I'm going to decide what we do on that. Okay, so that'll be like an update for the future. But now though, everybody, I know we've only been in for like 44 minutes. However, I am afraid to say we are going to be ending here because I need to go and get some food ready for stream, because I stream in literally an hour and I've still got to set all that up yet. So yeah, I'm going to go enjoy some food. You guys, on the other hand, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Of course, I know I've asked a lot of questions in this video, so please drop a comment down below and just, you know, leave some answers. You don't have to answer every question, but the more answers you give me, the better it will be in the future for everybody. I would really appreciate a lot of feedback to the questions. But yeah, until next time, everybody, thank you so very much for watching, and I shall catch you all later.